So, my life is full of opportunity, especially being at this age. I can basically decide what I want to do with the entire rest of my life right now. I'm also at an age where excluding, you know, sports like football, excluding the sports where you have to be extremely athletic and conditioned and basically the ones that you've had to be been doing your whole life. I could very well go pro at many different sports just by starting them right now because I have so much time ahead of me. Now, it's unlikely that that's going to happen. I just think it's an interesting way of viewing things because I can transfer that exactly over to basically anything else. I could become a stockbroker, I could become a lawyer, I could become this, I could become that. There's so much opportunity that it's almost overwhelming. But at the same time, I know that when I'm older, it's going to be much harder to reverse these decisions, and that definitely weighs on me because I feel like at this point in my life, I not only do I need to make these choices, but I need to make them and stick to them, which is obviously a hard thing to do, especially at this age because my wants and my needs fluctuate so much and so often. It would be hard for anyone to predict what they'll be like in 5 years, and even more so what their motivations are, what their wants are, what their dreams are, and what their goals are. So when you look at someone like me who's about to become 17 and you think, oh, things must be so easy. I remember when I was that age. I'm assuming that you're older if you're watching this. Maybe you're younger and you want to be this old. Just enjoy it. And honestly, if you're older than me, enjoy that too. Enjoy every moment you get because one, regret never helped anybody. Two, it's not too late for you. You can still do absolutely anything that you want. Three, I mean, with commitment and discipline, you can accomplish anything. I know I kind of just said that with two there, but I these are just the things that I'm thinking about right now at this point in my life, and especially since school's off in I think exactly a month, and then I'll have summer. It's definitely a time full of big decisions. So I'm about to be a senior, I guess about to be, not really, in 3 months when summer's over, or 3.5 months, whatever it is. 4 months maybe, I guess. I don't know. When summer's over, I'll be a senior, and I know people like to say that you're technically a senior when school ends, but I don't buy into that. Anyways, that means that I have lots of opportunities at my feet, and there's a lot of different paths that I could take with my career, my life as a whole, the different things that I want to do. I could go move to Tokyo for all I know. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen in my life, but the uncertainty is kind of nice, especially growing up in a household where my mom always likes to plan everything out to the last minute detail. We'll go on trips with an exact itinerary of the hour we get there to the hour we leave. And obviously, I love going on trips and I love doing all these things with my parents, but it can be nice to have a change. So I think it's led to me becoming I don't want to say freer person, but I rely less on planning and sort of tend to embrace the, I'm looking for the right word. You know the word, probably, you're thinking of it. I tend to embrace that. Not necessarily the unknown, but the what the world has to offer me. I don't specifically like to go about knowing everything that's in store for me. And I think that's part of why life can be so enjoyable, is that you never know what's coming next. Tomorrow I could, you know, do this that leads to that, that leads to this, that leads to that creates a butterfly effect that puts me in some completely different place than I could have ever imagined. And you never know when that's going to happen. And it works for bad things too. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to say it. You could be driving along tomorrow and be in a car accident that just messes up your life for quite a while. I would never wish that on anyone, but it's just crazy to me what can happen and what will happen. Because obviously I don't know what will happen. I can imagine what can happen. I'm not going to be right. But it's just an interesting thought, especially to be having at this point in my life. So if you're watching this, I don't know what necessarily you were expecting to hear me talking about. But yeah, these are the thoughts of someone who's about to be 17. It's a time filled with important choices, as I've said already. And not only that, but honestly, it's one of those times in life that people tend to cherish the most. So that's what I plan on doing. And I feel kind of bad just talking about myself on and on and on. But I think the main thing, one of the main goals for me, is to sort of stay the same person mentally, but still grow, if that makes sense. I don't want to be someone who is fine with working an office job, 9 to 5 every day, doing the same thing. You go home, you do this, you do that, you go to bed, you repeat. I don't think that I can be happy in that environment, and honestly, I'd be quite disappointed in myself if I do end up doing that. I can understand it for a shorter period of time, but if that's my career, I can't handle that. I need to be in charge of my own time, my own money, and schedule. Obviously, time and schedule, pretty similar things. But it's just that entire idea of having control over my own life is what pushes me so much harder than I think a lot of the people my age. Is that I have the ability to look into the future and understand what's going to happen to me if I don't take necessary measures to avoid it. Where people my age seem to be focused on only the task at hand, being usually school. I think it's important to put effort, 100% effort into everything you do, even if you're being forced to do it and you hate it. Still put 100% effort, because if you slack off, then there's no point in doing it at all. And if there's no point in doing it at all, then why are you doing it? if you're going to make a promise to yourself that you're going to do something, don't half-ass it and see it through until it's done. I don't think I've got anything else to say. I mean, that was kind of just blabbering, but maybe it was enjoyable for someone. So let me know if you had any thoughts or questions or comments that came up for you while watching this, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one.